Welcome to GCF and LCM Boys and Girls Club Math. What do greatest common factor and least common multiple really mean? Well, that's what we're going to find out today. We are going to break these down and have some fun doing it. So, what are we waiting on? Let's get started. Sometimes greatest common factor and least common multiple are difficult to understand. Our mission today is going to be to break those apart and put them back together in our own words and then understand what they are used for. We're going to have a good time today doing just that. Now that song is in your head, let's break down what those words actually mean. Now it's time for you to put your thinking cap on. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a pencil, some paper, and a dictionary or thesaurus. You can use one from home or you can go online. Okay, it is now time for you to put on your thinking cap. It is your turn. Now, greatest common factor. That's 3 words. I know it's one phrase, but it's 3 words. So now you're going to pause the video and you and whoever is in the room with you are going to take the next 4 minutes to look up each of these individual words. First word, greatest. Second word, common. Third word, factor. In a dictionary or a thesaurus or both, at home, or you can use the computer and look them up online and write down a few words or a phrase to replace each word. For example, criteria might be things that you have in a project. So that's an example. So these are greatest is one word, common is another word, factor is another word. So take the next 4 minutes to replace the phrase or words for each of these 3 words. 4 minutes. Come back after 4 minutes and we will discuss each of these words. Good luck. See you in a moment. Welcome back. I'm so proud of you for sticking with us and for doing so much hard work. Greatest common factor, GCF. Let's see if you got the same words I did. Greatest, biggest, largest, most, maximum. Common, both, identical, same, equal. Factor, divide, groups, split up. Did you get some of the same words I did? That's okay if you didn't, but I'll bet you did. And you may have gotten a phrase or two. That's okay. We're going to use these words in just a moment. Let's use our words. Greatest common factor or divisor is the biggest number that will divide 2 or more other numbers exactly. Do any of those words sound familiar? Examples. Greatest common factor or divisor of 9, 12, and 15 is 3. Greatest common factor or divisor of 24 and 36 is 12. Don't worry too much about that. We're going to do more with that later. Main thing is that the biggest number that will divide 2 or more numbers exactly. So we now know that some of the words that we looked at earlier are starting to make sense. It'll make a whole lot more sense later, but we have now broken it down and started putting it back together. All right, it's time to put your thinking cap on again. It's time for the LCM, the least common multiple. This time you have only 3 minutes instead of 4, so you're going to pause the video and take the next 3 minutes to look up each of these words. Least common multiple. In a dictionary or thesaurus, at home or online, you're going to get whoever is in the home with you to help you look these words up and discuss with you so that You write down a few words or phrases to replace each word, and then come back and we'll discuss it together. Good luck, and I am very proud of you for continuing to work on this lesson. Welcome back. Now let's practice the LCM, least common multiple, and see if you have the same words I do. Least, first, smallest, next time, minimum. Common, these would of course would be the same words, both, identical, same, equal. And let's look at multiple, something that is repeated every 5 days, every 12 hours. Least, common, multiple. Did you have the same words that I had, or did you have something different? What about phrases? Did you have any phrases? Well, let's look and see how these are used. Let's use our words. Least common multiple, or LCM, the smallest number that is multiple of two or more other numbers. A multiple, a number made by multiplying two whole numbers larger than one. Sounds like some of our words were used. What about yours? Sounds like we're starting to put this back together, doesn't it? Let's see if it makes sense. Let's see if this is starting to make sense. The least common multiple versus the greatest common factor. The least common multiple is the smallest multiple two or more numbers have in common. That makes sense. The greatest common factor is the largest number that is a common divisor, the number that goes into something, a given set of numbers. All right, this is starting to make sense. Okay, so now the LCM versus the GCF. So let's see if this makes sense. The LCM of 15 and 20, so we've got multiples of 15, which are 15, 30, 45, 60, and 75, and multiples of 20, which are 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. So 60, the LCM of 15 and 20 is 60. I wonder if that still makes sense. And the GCF of 15 and 20, factors of 15. So if this still doesn't make sense, I'll bet it will in this video that I'm about to show you. So hold on just a minute and I'll bet it makes sense after this. Because repetition is how we all learn, here is that awesome GCF LCM song that will stick in your head and help you continue to learn. And please drop us a line down below. Let me know if you learned something from this and if you have any questions. I hope you have a fabulous day.